What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Midwest 2 Review here, back again. It is Saturday night, to be honest with you. And I am happy to be able to bring you guys another video and some updates and just some general BS and whatnot. But yeah, it's been busy over the last couple days. Been working on the shop, getting some things moved out, getting more of my space. The wife has been working on her business, and that is freeing up some space for me to get some of my stuff in here, and I'm liking it. So I'm in a happy place right now. The John Deere 316 is done. We've got it moved into the small barn. I've got the deck for the 320 sitting over here off to the side. I got a new carb now. I got to finish the installation. I'm gonna do that tonight. I got a new lift pump, fuel lift pump on there. So that's been installed and it is working as it should. So I'm happy about that. I'm still questioning this tractor here. There's some other things with the drive system that I got to figure out. So we are not out of the woods yet. So stay tuned on that guy there. The 116, I don't know. There's some issues with the 116, which I have not quite figured out yet. So we're going to continue on with that little girl. We ain't gave up on her. I did steal her seat. As you can see back there, the seat is missing. I stole her seat, put it on the 316 temporarily because my wife is, that's her tractor. My son's little 160 has got a wiring issue that we're working through. I don't know. You'll see a video up on that. Probably end up doing a video on all three tractors together. If you guys are interested, leave it down in the comment section. I probably could use your advice and your feedback as to what we may have going on with that little guy there. We know it runs, we know it drives, we've driven it, but it is some type of a short or a wiring issue somewhere, and we got to figure it out. And I think that's the same thing with the 116. It's got a short or a wiring issue. It is cold in the shop tonight because I am out of kerosene. I got to go get some kerosene and get this shop back warm again because it is freezing. The service cart, you see there, I got all my Olsa, I got all of my Capri tools sockets laid out. I've been using the crap out of them. You may see some dirt and debris on some of them. I've been trying to use those as much as possible, and I have to tell you, I really do enjoy them. There's no issues I've had with them whatsoever. Now, I'm not like some of you mechanics out there where you're really reefing on your tools. I don't get the opportunity to do that. But for the level of mechanic work that I have been doing, I've been using these things as much as I possibly can, and they've worked out really well. So very pleased with the Capri tool sockets. I got the full metric set and 3/8 drive and 1/4" drive as well, all metric. So we're going to keep on keeping on with that. The drawer is kind of filling up slowly. This cart is actually working out much better. It's crowded, it's cluttered with stuff, but it's stuff that I'm actively using. So I've been really impressed with it. And I guess I shouldn't say impressed. I'm just glad I'm finally taking proper use to it. So I've kind of filled it up. You guys saw the previous video I did with the Cobalt USA wrenches that we scored on a deal. Funny enough, I did not have any large mouth pliers, and so I went up to the old Harbor Freights and picked up a set of these Doyles. Now, before you guys start knocking me on the Doyles, these things actually worked out really well. They've got that you know, jaw profile that Knipex, I think, pretty much made popular with having directional teeth, bidirectional teeth, having teeth in one direction and the opposing teeth in the opposite direction to give you that torque type profile or bite. And that's proven really good for a number of manufacturers, including Harbor Freight and their Doyle line. So no one can say anything about the other brand because they pretty much all stole the design or idea rather from Knipex. So, but I got these for like $14, and I would use these to install the exhaust pipe on my John Deere 316, and I can't knock them. They worked out really well. I mean, I would say for how they're made and what I've seen of them thus far, they are just on par with Channel Lock. So don't beat the messenger, but in fact they are. So it is what it is. In terms of new tools, what did we get today? So our friends over at Olsa Tools, which I almost gave it away, said, hey, we got something we want to send you. And I'm like, oh, just send it on over. And they're like, okay, we're going to do it. So they sent over this Stubby wrench set. This is their Stubby Flexhead metric wrench set. I probably should have said, hey, send me the SAE set, because I'm probably going to be using that more often. But this set here features their 120 tooth design. They are not doing 72 tooth. They're not doing 100 tooth. Those boys took it all the way up to 120 teeth, which is absolutely awesome. I did not realize how much tooth count mattered. I had an application working on one of these silly tractors, and I was using a ratchet that had like 64 teeth or something like that. And I was struggling with it, and then my ignorance went away, and I ended up grabbing my Snap-on 80 tooth, and it made all the difference. So I'm a believer now on the number of teeth making a difference in some applications. It in fact does. Like I said, this set is 120 tooth design. It is 8 through 19 because it is a metric set. It's got the on-off directional etching here, so you know when you're tightening something or loosening something. That's pretty neat. They are serviceable, so you can service these here, although I don't know how. I was looking at the schematics online, and it shows it like this, how this all come apart, but I don't know how you would do that. But I guess in some way, I guess they could do that. But nonetheless, you can tighten up the head if you needed to. So that's a good thing, because over time, these flexible tools tend to lose their tension. I even have some gear wrench ratcheting wrenches down there, and I used the 13 millimeter one time, and the head's already loose. So it's nice to see that Olsa Tools thought about that with the screw, the hex. They're 180 degrees flex, as they should be, so you don't get bound up in any direction, which is what you would expect with a ratcheting wrench. I did realize that they do have a 3-degree arc swing, so that's good. I know people talk about that all the time. I don't. Once again, it's one of those features where if you didn't tell me I had a 3-degree, I probably wouldn't know it. And if you told me if I had 2 wrenches in my hand and one had a 3 and one had a 6, you probably wouldn't know it either. So let's be honest, right? But it is a nice feature to have. You know, they have their unique grooved open profile. I like that. I've seen this style in a lot of other wrenches as well, but Olsa Tools has incorporated that into their wrench design. So that basically what that means is when you apply either directional torque when you're loosening or tightening the bolt, it will catch in those corners there, those little relief cutouts, and it allows you to incorporate more. You can apply more torque without rounding off the bolt, and basically that's what you're always trying to prevent, is rounding off the fastener or nut, right? The box end is patented, so they did patent their design. So basically they've got these little, the profile there, the lobe, and they have this little cutout there. Once again, taking some of the same features that they incorporated on the open end and applying it to a box end configuration. That's their patented design, so that's pretty neat that they did do that. And then they say that these wrenches, based upon their features of their open and box end, they can achieve 80%, they can take on 80% rounded off fasteners or bolts, nuts and bolts. So I've not found a fastener that was 80% rounded off or 82.3% rounded off. So we'll have to kind of play around with that when the situation presents itself. I know a lot of people do, like they take a bolt or a nut and they ground it off, and then they do their videos on that. But let's face it, that's not the scenario you find yourself in. It's always in that time where you don't need to have a rounded off fastener. You don't want to encounter one, and then you have to think about what you're going to use to get the bolt or whatever free. So those are real life situations, not in a lab or a controlled environment. So once we find a real life situation where we need to incorporate or test out that feature, then we'll do a video on it. And last but not least, they are forged. They're forged out of 6140 tool steel, chrome vanadium. So they got the strength that they need. They're not chrome moly. They're not, wrenches should be chrome vanadium. Sockets, if they're chrome, they should be chrome vanadium. If they're impact, they should be chrome moly. And there's a reason behind all of that. You look it up if you don't believe me. But that's my opinion. That's why you see so many manufacturers, Sunex, Great Pneumatic, Capri Tools, Olsa Tools, are using specific alloys for specific type tools, because it's what the industry says, and that's what the industry does. So they kind of follow suit with that. So that's nice to see that they didn't try to go out and be anything special in that regard. And the last thing, they've got this TPR case, right? So it's a nice little plastic case that you can keep them in. I think mines are probably going to remain in this case for now until I can find a home for them. You guys know my wrenches is out of control. I love wrenches. I don't know why. It's kind of a weird thing. I do have some ratcheting wrenches, but they are the Facom offshore brand, and these are made in Taiwan or something like that as well. But these are reversible, and they are a 12-point design, but they're not. They have a nice little offset on, like a 10-degree offset, but they are not Flexhead. So I don't think I own any Flexhead stubby wrenches when I think about it. Even down here in this auxiliary drawer, I don't have anything that is Flexhead. So that being said, it will be nice to add these to the tool arsenal. Well, I have Flexhead. I have the gear wrenches. The gear wrenches are, in fact, let's pull one of these out. The gear wrenches are, in fact, Flexhead, but they are standard length and not stubby. So it's cool to have some stubby Flexhead wrenches to add to the arsenal. I was using the gear wrench here recently with the tractor, and that was a great tool to have. And so I'm honored to have these. Oh, hurt my rabbit. Sorry. My daughter's rabbit is out here in the shop, and I heard a funny noise. So like I said, I'm honored to have these. Thank you, Olsa Tools. We will get you content using those Olsa, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to do more posts on these wrenches as I start working on more projects out here. I got to get, like I said, I got to get some heat going because it is cold. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to probably go ahead and install the fuel pump, or the carburetor, all the other body components on here, and start testing out this tractor. And we'll try to use the Olsa Tools ratcheting stubby wrench set to do most of that job. So stay tuned for that. Guys, go to olsatools.com. Check these out. I think they are on their website right now for $119.87. I will try to embed a link to their site on my video here in the description line. I think I still have a discount. I think it's like 10%, like it's like MTR 10 or something like that. I believe it is. I'll have to confer with Olsa Tools. I don't really, you know, I've never used any of the kickbacks you get. You get like every $10 a person spends or something like that, you get like a $10 off or whatever. I don't know. I've never used it with them. I just find something that is really cool, and either I ask them if they could send it to me so I can play around with it, or they volunteer to send it to me and I play around with it. So other than that, guys, that's about the gist of it. I get, you know, you do a partnership with the tool company, they send you some free tools here and there, and you get the benefit of having said free tools to make content with. So that's pretty much the extent of the relationship. So thank you, Olsa Tools, for sending me these wrenches. I will take use of them and produce more content for you guys, as well as for my viewers, to see how well these things hold up. Thank you, guys. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about these Olsa Tools ratcheting Flexhead stubby wrenches. Let me know if you're interested in getting a set. If you are, I want to make sure that I can get you my discount if I still, in fact, have a discount. You know, to save a little bit of money, right? They're $119.87, so if you can save $11.90, that would be awesome, right? But yeah, check them out, see what you think. If you don't like the stubby Flexhead wrenches, go look at some of their standard wrenches. Go take a look at their sockets, take a look at their ratcheting screwdrivers. They have a lot of cool tools on their website, so give them a shout out. Go check them out, see what you guys think, and let me know. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.